This is Cam Weiland, and you are listening to the 31st episode of the Wordplay Podcast. I'm so close to the end of my outline that I can smell it. And it's a good thing, too, since Christmas brought me a pile of research material that I can't wait to dive into. I love the orderly variety of the writing process. I love outlining, but I love that I don't have to spend all my time outlining. I get to move on to the research phase, and after that comes the writing phase, and the revising phase, and the revising phase, and oh yes, the revising phase. Much as I love each piece of the puzzle, the fact that I love the next piece just as much means I'm always moving ahead at a steady pace. This week, I'm excited to announce the upcoming release of my free ebook, Crafting Unforgettable Characters, a hands-on introduction to bringing your characters to life. Featuring some of my most popular blog posts on character crafting, this PDF offers a good starting place for understanding the basics of character building, as well as some tips for troubleshooting. You'll also discover inspiring quotes from successful authors, writing prompts, and creativity exercises. Of course, the discussion of character is far too vast a subject to be covered in a 50-page ebook, but this information will give you the tools you need to tackle your latest batch of characters. I hope to have the book available later this week on my blog at wordplay-kmweiland, that's weiland.blogspot.com. Meanwhile, enjoy this week's post, 10 Habits of Successful Authors. Haven't made your New Year's resolutions yet? The following list is an excellent place to start, whether you're jump-starting your writing career or whether you've been writing for years and just need to scrape off some rust. If, by the end of the year, you can cross the following habits of successful authors off your checklist, you'll be a force to reckon with in the literary world. 1. Write every day. Treat your writing like a job, even if it isn't yet. Writing something every day, even if it's only a paragraph, keeps your creative pump primed and your inertia at bay. 2. Complete stories. Discipline yourself to finish every story you start. If you quit whenever the going gets tough, or whenever the shine of a new idea beckons, you'll never finish a story. No one reads, much less buys, half-finished tales. Learn the rules. Thankfully, writing is largely a craft that can be self-taught. Read voraciously. Fiction, books on writing. You can check out the list of recommended books in the bottom of the left-hand column on my blog. Blogs, workshops, and anything else you can find. Never stop learning. 4. Break the rules. Once you have a solid understanding of the principles of fiction, don't be afraid to step beyond their confines. Experiment. Think outside the box. Fiction is based on a set of basic tenets because they've been proven to work. But art is an evolution. If it stagnates, it dies. 5. Create your own inspiration. Pinpoint what inspires you and surround yourself with stimuli. Discipline, creativity, and persistence are a cure-all for writer's block. Don't allow writer's block to become an excuse for giving up. 6. Don't slack on the hard stuff. Not all of writing is fun and games, but if you want to create a polished story, you have to submit to the hard stuff as well as the fun stuff. Don't cut corners on research, outlining, or editing. The extra work always pays off in the end. 7. Follow your heart, not the market. Art is a deeply personal expression. Write the story your heart has to tell. Conforming your work to the market just for the market's sake will cheat both yourself and your readers in the long run. 8. Develop a thick skin. Criticism of our work can seem like a personal attack, but criticism, especially when coming from critique partners, agents, and editors, is a vital part of the process. Accept constructive criticism, learn from it, and use it to make your story better. 9. Set your stories free. When the time comes to send your stories into the world, learn to let them go. Your characters are yours no longer. They belong to everyone who reads them. Rejoice that you're able to share them, say goodbye, and move on to the next story. 10. Love what you do. We writers are a blessed bunch. Don't ever forget that. The writing road has its own set of speed bumps, isolation, loneliness, rejection, but the benefits of spinning these webs of color and fantasy are more than just compensation. Thank you for listening to the Wordplay Podcast. To read a transcript of this episode, visit me on the web at wordplay-kmweiland, that's weiland.blogspot.com, and be sure to listen again next week.